we've said something simple, engaging, relatable, and true. Hey, I'm Eric Haugen. There's all my links. You could also check the description box below for everything else. Where I am, all that stuff. It's all down there. I try to answer all the questions ahead of time. It's very easy to censor ourselves when we start writing. Don't do that. You have to write right past all of that. Know that all the cliches are going to just flow out first. They're just going to do that. That's fine. It's tempting to stop there and go, oh man, I'm just a bad writer. I'm just stupid and I don't have any good ideas. But you have to just really just ignore that and just keep going. Just write and write and write and write. Because if we breeze past all that stuff and just know that it's coming, we're going to get somewhere else. We're going to get to know ourselves better. We're going to go digging around upstairs and see what happens. Like shift perspective, I, you, we, they, he, him, it. Just any way that you can look at it this way, look at it that way, go over here, describe it from this. Oh wait, the whole thing's a metaphor. Anything you can do to just keep spinning out around this idea. Because I write, for me, again, any teacher can just tell you what works for them. I don't expect too much of myself in any given day when it comes to creativity. I know that I don't have just all the time in the world, nor do I have, the most massive creative spark that there ever was. I'm not a genius. I'm just a guy. So I write for about 10 to 30 minutes every day because that's what I can fit in. And that's why I know that in that session, I can get maybe one good line or one good set of lines. And that's what I'm shooting for. Because when I get that, I'm like, all right, good job. And then I can step away. I can go, cool, man. Cool, I did it. I'm not trying to finish the song in that sitting. I'm just trying to chip away at it each time. So, a little bit more about that. I do think it's important to sing as you write. That you're listening to the words, you come up with them on paper or on a computer screen, and then you're kind of gonna have to sing your song and see if that works. Because sometimes ideas that you have aren't actually that singable, and that gets around to that kill your darlings thing where you might be really attached to a phrase, but it just doesn't sing well. So sometimes you have to let it go. The other thing is I sing as I write, and I really try to imagine the finished song coming out of speakers. I try to separate myself from being this, weird guy in his room working on something. He's like, why am I doing this? I don't know why I do this. We just do it. I'm like, no. What would this sound like as a finished song? The whole thing done, the record coming out of speakers. I find that's really helpful for me. And then that means when I get that perfect balance of something simple, relatable, honest, true, and engaging, and I'm imagining it coming out of the speakers, I'm like, cool, good job, buddy. I pat myself on the back, and then I might step away and be like, I'll be back tomorrow. It's like the old leave on a high note kind of thing. Remembering a Seinfeld episode with George Costanza doing that. So I write what I know, but I don't want to be too self-centered. So I tend to reflect outward and outward and outward until I find something that's about the thing that I know, but is also somehow some universal, simple truth has been exposed, or I'm like, aha, that is the way it is. You could kind of consider it like a mic drop moment. Let's look at some of my favorite writers, just kind of picked at random, just off the top of my head, and look at some of their great lines. We're going to first pull up a Gillian Welch thing. Yeah, I'm in the right capo placement. Gillian Welch, The Way It Will Be. Listen to this refrain. The way you made it, that's the way it will be. That's a good refrain. If, I just said that and I got goosebumps on the back of my neck. That's good. That's simple. that's inarguably true, that's good writing. So that's some of the stuff I look for. Know this, by the way, I'm not saying this is the only way to come up with a good line. There's a million great lines out there. This is just something that I was thinking about. And I'm like, yeah, this is kind of what I shoot for a lot of times, these simple, universal, true things. Let's pull up another one of my favorite writers. Let's go John Prine. I think it's the third verse of Angel from Montgomery. I love this. What key is this in? Oh, okay.
How the hell can a person go to work in the morning and come home in the evening and have nothing to say? Make me an angel.
I love John Prine. Again, he was so good at doing these simple things that were so universal and true, the song could start about a small thing, but then you realize it's about a much bigger thing. That's one of the things he was great at. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, and have nothing to say? Again, by the way, I should point out what a great use of a spicy word. His judicious use of the word hell really, wow, draws attention right there. Your ear grabs onto that. You're like, ooh, this person's pissed. This person is upset about the situation they're in. I always love that line, and that's a true line. I've been guilty of that, by the way. Where I'm like, people ask me how my day was. I go, I don't know. Content, emails, relatable and true, man. Sometimes we're that person. Like I said, this isn't the only way to write a good line. There's, a million great songs, a million great lines. I'm just sharing with you what I think about when I'm writing, what I'm shooting for, when I'm reflecting on things. I'm like, okay, so I got this experience. I have these images. I have this, that, okay, this metaphor, that thing. But where's the truth here? Where's the simple truth I'm digging around? Now, to close us out today, by the way, to close us out today, we'll pull up one of mine. Yeah, my record, Eric Haugen, Bundle Up, streaming and downloadable, wherever you stream and download music. If you're like, okay, he's talking a big game about songwriting, let me go poke around his record. There you go. Judge me all you want. This is the chorus from possibly my most catchy song. The lyric, again, it's one of those things where if I just wrote it on paper, I'd be like, this is the dumbest thing in the world. However, in the context of the song, it totally works. Oh. It's all right. It's all right. It's cool, yeah, baby. Totally like my Tom Petty, Lou Reed thing happening there, where I was just, honestly, actually, when I wrote that song, I was going for a Van Morrison type thing. But yeah, on paper, I've been like, this isn't anything, but sometimes, they work. That's a very cliche chorus. There's nothing there. There's nothing there to grab onto. But in the context of the song, you're like, I do like that. It does. That is simple. I guess it's a meditation on acceptance kind of thing, where you're just like, it's all right. It's all right. Thanks so much to everybody who supports me in all the ways that you do, even if it's just clicking like and subscribe. Keeps me in business with the algorithm relevancy. People booking lessons on my website, people supporting me on Patreon, people purchasing my downloads, people checking the affiliate links below to buy the stuff on Truefire. That's how I make my living. I don't choose to put ads on my channel. If you see ads, they were put there by the publishing robot, and that money goes to Bob Dylan, that money goes to Gillian Welch, that money goes to Paul Simon, whoever song I'm talking about or mentioning, and I'm fine with that, but I'm not trying to make money that way. People choose to invest in me, and that's the way it works. Thank you. As Bill and Ted would say, be excellent to each other. That includes yourself. Happy Friday. Eat pizza.